I call to order the August 26th, 2020 meeting of the Springfield Board of License Commissioners at 5:30 p.m. in the Law Department Zoom room of Springfield City Hall. All commissioners are present with the exception of Commissioner Cecilia, who has been working in the eastern part of the state this summer, will be joining us at our next meeting, but we do have a quorum and we can continue. First order of business is approval of the minutes of the hearing August 12th. Has everybody reviewed the minutes?
I have. I don't see any problems.
Anybody else have a problem?
No problems.
No? All right, I make a motion to accept the minutes of the Springfield Board of License Commissioner hearing of Wednesday, August 12th. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade?
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa?
Yes.
Commissioner Sene?
Yes.
Commissioner Signature, yes. Thank you. Next item on the, the next item on the agenda is approval for the White Lion, which we had our second hearing last two meetings ago. So I don't know why this is on there. Should I just continue it generally or?
Yeah.
All right, make a motion to continue this item for White Lion generally, as we've already heard it twice. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade?
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa?
Yes.
Commissioner Sene?
Yes.
Commissioner Signature, yes. Thank you. Next item is a petition for, John DeVoy with us? No. We'll move on then.
John DeVoy is here.
He's here.
There he is. Okay. John, next item is a petition for a new beer and wine restaurant license for Hot Table located at 1500 Main Street. John DeVoy, manager of record.
Yes, just here to petition for a new beer and wine license for our Hot Table restaurant, which is located at Tower Square, 1500 Main Street. We've been at that location for actually 11 years now, and we have decided, our guests have been requesting beer and wine at times. So for the hours that we are open, we are hoping to offer them beer and wine with their sandwich.
Okay. And the manager of record is you.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about your experience. Do you have any experience in the liquor related serving field?
No, this is actually new. Me and my brother, we own 7 hot tables. We started right here in Springfield. So this is actually a test for us to internally see how we manage this. It's going to be pretty simple. We're going to have just a single cooler behind the beverage, behind our checkout. So if a guest wants to have a bottle of beer or a bottle of wine, we will serve it. We are going to be taking the tips training. Actually, one of our assistant managers at the store has already done that. So I'm kind of overseeing this whole project for our store in Springfield.
Okay. And how you normally work at this store?
I'm actually, my office is actually at Tower Square. The actual person managing the store is Joe Beebe. So we kind of shift managers around in our stores because we have 2 here in Springfield, 1 at Enfield. So I wasn't sure, because this process took so long, whether I should be the manager of record or should it be the person that's currently there right now.
Is he going to remain there?
For the foreseeable future, yes.
Okay. Well, we usually like the manager of record to be the person who's going to be actually there running the business.
Okay.
And that is not going to be you?
No, not day to day. But my office is literally just above the store. So.
All right.
So forgive me, I'm kind of new to this. I wasn't sure that it was supposed to be the actual manager that was there.
The person who is actively managing the business and serving in the capacity of being responsible for the license and the behavior of the customers being served is the person that we want to be the manager of records, the person that we see when we walk in, the person that the police see when they walk in, the person whose name is on the license. You know, if it's
Okay.
Joe Smith, then Joe Smith's the manager and he's managing that store. That's the person we want to be the manager of record.
Okay.
So if that is not going to be you, then you should apply for a change of manager to this gentleman you just.
Yeah. So how do we handle that? Like I said, we especially in this COVID environment, we have a lot of staff that shuffles between stores. How should I handle that?
Well, does this manager shuffle between stores?
He recently moved up here from our Connecticut store. Yes, in Enfield.
Okay, well, if you feel you're traveling the state, looking at all of your stores, and you're not there actively running the hot table.
Yeah.
In Tower Square, then you should make this man who has moved here your manager of record.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I don't anticipate any problems at the hot table at Tower Square, but that's our general guideline, is it should be the person who is there most of the time.
Okay. So whenever there is a manager change, do I need to report that back to you guys
Yes.
with each manager change?
You need a new change of manager to the new person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not somebody you want who's shuffling around between stores.
Okay.
You know. So commissioners can consider you as the manager of record tonight in their decision, but if you find that you are not there, you probably should change it to the person that is.
Okay.
All right. So usually my next question is, how many hours are you there working in the store as a manager of record? But you are not.
Yeah. So like I said, my office is at Tower Square, and I stop by the store probably once or twice a day. I'm actually physically in the building, probably 4 days a week.
Okay.
So that's why I put myself down, only because I didn't know how this process was,
Right.
was going to go. So, but I can certainly put Joe as the manager of record.
If he is going to remain in Springfield, then yes.
Yes. Yeah.
But you are readily available should there be any problem.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
All right. How many employees are going to be serving alcohol in this store?
So we have on each shift, depends on, during lunchtime, we have probably 8 people working. In the evenings, it's not as busy downtown, so I have like 3 or 4 people on staff.
Yeah.
So, but we are going to have anybody who is going to be serving alcohol is tips trained.
Right.
So
good. Okay. Now, when they finish their tips training, they're going to get a certificate.
yes.
And you want to keep a file of those certificates.
Okay.
Should there be a serving to a minor or an over-serving situation, we're going to want to see the employee's certificate who caused the over-serving incident. Okay. So you're going to want to make sure that that person is tips trained and that you keep them trained, because those certificates expire. So I don't know how long they're good for, a year, 2 years. When they expire, they have to retrain. John Freeze.
Can't see you here.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you now. You kind of went out with dark there for a minute.
Sorry. So what I was saying was that those
Sorry about that.
the tips training certificates expire. So
Okay.
as they expire, you want them to be retrained. So they always are trained.
Okay.
Okay. And you live where, sir?
427 Porter Road in East Long Meadow.
Okay. Now, as the manager of record, you are responsible for everything that happens on the premises, whether it's a disturbance, a serving to minor, an over-serving situation. You accept that responsibility.
Yes, I do.
And what are your hours there in the store?
11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and then 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday. So yeah, Monday through Friday, 11 to 8, and then 11 to 6 on Saturday.
Okay.
So there will be no late hours. Again, we're not doing this to, it's not going to be a bar. It's just anybody who wants to have a beer or wine with their sandwich or salad.
Sure.
I think so.
The standard hours on a liquor license are till 11 p.m.
Okay.
That's the earliest that the commission can restrict the license, unless the licensee wants to take an earlier restriction upon himself. Do you want it to 11 p.m. or do you want it to 8 p.m.?
Can we put it to 9 p.m. because sometimes there might be events or something in town. We would never be open past 9 o'clock.
9 p.m. restriction.
Yes.
Commissioners, any questions?
Yes, sir. Go ahead,
No,
Carl.
John, nice to see you. It's been
Good
a
to see you,
long
Brian.
time. I've enjoyed watching your successes.
Thank you.
No, the only comment, John, is one of the problems that we have is if there is an incident and the bar or restaurant doesn't call 911, and then something happens and we find out about it after the fact. So just some advice to you that your employees know, if there's any type of, call 911 just to cover yourself. That's all. It's going to keep you out of a lot of potential trouble. Okay.
Yeah. Well, one thing, we're not looking for someone to sit down and just
Right.
start throwing them back. Like I said, I wouldn't feel comfortable even someone past 2 or 3, that's one thing to kind of figure out for us, how we're going to internally manage all that. So.
Sure.
Are you going to serve like glasses of wine, or are you going to serve those little bottles? The little bottles.
The plan is just the little bottles. Have you ever been to one of the Chipotles? Some of the Chipotle Mexican grills have, they serve it this way. There's just a cooler behind the register.
Yeah.
And if you want a Bud Light or a little bottle of wine, it's available from them.
So one of those little mini bottles of wine with like a glass and a half in it?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah. So no plans for any taps or anything. Like I said, this is really just the convenience for our guests.
Right. Okay. All right.
Just point of clarification, there's no takeout, right?
No, that's not allowed by law, correct? I mean, we do a tremendous amount of takeout, but this is just for people who dine in the restaurant.
Okay, all right.
Anything else?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, that's a good point. If you have any problem whatsoever, you're better off calling the police. You will not be penalized for calling the police. If there's a disturbance or anything going on, you want the police to know it doesn't hurt to call. It's better than not calling and then having us find out afterwards that there was no call made. That you don't want to have happen.
Understand.
If you want to do anything unusual, call the commission office and say, hey, we have this idea. Can we do this?
Sure.
Then just going ahead and doing it and having it not be a good thing. All right. Any questions out of the ordinary that you think you have some new innovative thing you want to do, run it by the commission office first. Okay. Anybody have anything else? Okay. This is a bifurcated meeting of the commission due to the COVID virus. So I make a motion to continue this hearing until our next hearing, which is September 9th. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa,
Yes.
Commissioner Sene,
Yes.
Commissioner Signator. Yes. Waiting for a response. That's me. All right, so John, we're going to take public input on this. Oh, I do want to read a letter of support from the Armory Quadrangle Civic Association. This is June 4th to John DeVoy. Dear John, thank you for joining our virtual Armory Quadrangle Civic Association board meeting on June 3rd, 2020. As the neighborhood association representing the residents of downtown Springfield, we appreciated the opportunity to consider requests for additional liquor applications in our neighborhood. The Aqua board unanimously supported your request for a beer and wine license for the Hot Table restaurant at Tower Square, 1500 Main Street, Springfield, Massachusetts. We understand this will enable the sale of bottled beer and wine for in-store consumption during your business hours of 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Again, thank you for coming to Aqua for approval of this license. Sincerely, Betsy Johnson, Aqua president, with a CC to me. The neighborhood is in favor of it, and that's always good. And this is a pretty cut and dry license. I don't know why you waited so long, but congratulations on going forward with it now.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
we will. You have anything else you want to tell us?
No, that's, I really appreciate your time and consideration.
Okay, we'll see you on September 9th.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is a transfer license for the Racing Mart at 140 Armory Street. And this is a transfer of ownership, complete ownership of the business. Is that correct, Attorney Rook? You have to unmute yourself, Tom.
Yes, it is, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so Johnny is selling the business to
Laguni Patel.
OM Armory Liquors, LLC. Correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
And the proposed manager of record is Gina Boyer.
That's correct, and Gina is with us.
Okay.
Gina, would you just introduce yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Gina.
Hi, Gina. Gina, could you tell us a little bit about your experience? Do you have any experience running a package store?
Yes, I do. I worked at a convenience store for about 5 years that served beer and wine. I'm tip certified. I've done bartending for several years. So yeah, I have experience in the area.
Gina, where was the package store?
At Indian Orchard, the Orchard Variety Store.
Okay. You weren't the manager of record though, right?
No.
Okay, all right. I'm sure Attorney Rook has reviewed with you all of the responsibilities of being a manager of record. Liquor.
Yes, sir.
This premise. Is this going to be your job, Gina?
Yes.
Okay, so how many hours do you expect to be working there?
But between 40 and 50.
Okay. How many employees are going to be there selling alcohol?
3.
3. Plus you or including you?
Plus me.
Okay, and you are already tip certified?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we want all the employees who are selling alcohol to be tip certified.
Okay.
And you want to keep, you're going to get a certificate, as you know, right? And
Yep.
you want to keep a copy of those certificates on file. And as they expire, the employees have to recertify. So
Okay.
you always want to have a current copy of their tip certificate.
All right.
What will happen normally in a package store is the selling to minors violation. And if there is a selling to minors violation, we're going to ask to see the tip certificate and make sure the employee was certified and their certification is current. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And you live where, Gina?
I live in Indian Orchard.
Okay. Now, as a manager of record of a package store, it's a big upgrade and responsibility. You are responsible for what happens on the premises, whether you're on duty or not. You understand and accept that responsibility?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What are the hours of operation there? 8 to 11?
Monday through Saturday, 8 to 11, and Sunday, 10 to 10.
Okay. Commissioners, questions?
Nope.
No?
No.
This is if you've never been by it, this is a beautiful new store that was built there. Tom, did they completely demolish the old premises and rebuild?
Oh, no, it's completely demolished, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah. It's a beautiful new store there. So,
Thank you.
I guess we'll just continue. We have this is a bifurcated meeting, as all the meetings are. We take public input on new managers. So if anybody wants to weigh in on whether Gina should or should not be a manager of record, they can do so in the 2 weeks until our next meeting. And if nobody else has any questions, I would make a motion.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
part of the petition was also to transfer the license. The motion would have to be to approve the transfer. Well, it's going to be to continue, but you understand the license is being transferred and a new manager.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Good. All right. Did I say that wasn't? Okay. All right. So I'm going to make a motion to continue this petition for a transfer of the liquor license. Tom, is this beer and wine or all alcohol?
Full liquor, Peter.
Full liquor. Okay. For transfer of this full alcohol package store license and a new manager until our meeting of September 9th. Do I have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa,
Yes.
Commissioner Sene,
Yes.
Commissioner Signatory, yes. Okay, we will see you on September 9th, Tom.
Thank you very much. Stay healthy.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
All right. We have no approvals for temporary expansion of licenses. I think we're getting all of those out of our system by now. And what do we have, new violations?
We have first, we have Worthington Discount Liquors on July 26th, about 5:57 p.m. Officers were dispatched to the area of Worthington Discount Liquors, which is at 941 Worthington Street. There was a disturbance called in by an employee of the package store. Additional calls indicated that males were fighting and one male had been stabbed and was bleeding and left the scene in a vehicle. Officers responding to this location did not locate any disturbance or victim. A little after 6 p.m., a stabbing victim arrived at Mercy Hospital. The male told officers he had been stabbed after he left the package store. He stated it happened across the street after he got into a fight with 3 males. The report indicates that our TAC was able to view video footage of the incident, which showed one vehicle pull up next to another vehicle in front of the package store. The occupants of the vehicle exchanged words. 3 males exited a vehicle and threw a bottle toward the victim, or toward the vehicle the victim was operating. The victim then makes a U-turn and exits his vehicle, at which time a physical altercation occurs. The victim attempted to run to the package store, but the staff blocked the door to keep the combatants out. The Springfield Police Department requests that these reports be submitted to you for your review and whatever action you deem necessary.
What do you think? No action?
No action.
Make a motion to take no action. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Oh, no, I have to do roll. My roll. So used to saying all those in favor. Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa,
Yes.
Commissioner Sene,
Yes.
Commissioner Signatory, yes. Thank you.
We have One Stop Liquors, July 30th, about 6 p.m. Officers were dispatched to One Stop Liquors at 145 Boston Road. There was a disturbance called in by the staff. Officers arrived on scene and located a female victim with blood on her face sitting in front of the business. Officers rendered medical aid and called for an ambulance. AMR arrived and gave her medical attention and suggested she go to the hospital for a cut on her forehead. She refused. She told officers that another female hit her in the head with a bottle in the parking lot of the package store. Officers spoke to the other female who was still on scene. She told officers the other female were greeting her inside of the store and swung a closed fist at her in the parking lot. She admitted swinging the bottle at the female, but said she wasn't trying to hit her and just wanted her to leave her alone. She also stated this female had beat her up before, and this is an ongoing issue. They were known to each other, apparently. Officers noted that there was a camera inside the package store, and they viewed the footage and advised the owners to save the footage. The victim was advised to seek her own complaint if she so desired, and both parties were advised of their harassment prevention or their rights. The Springfield Police Department requests that these reports be submitted to you for your review and whatever action you deem necessary.
You see anything that the package store did wrong here?
No, they called.
They
They
called.
cooperative. They showed the video.
Everybody hear that? The package store called and was cooperative. I make a motion to take no action. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa,
Yes.
Commissioner Sene,
Yes.
Commissioner Signatory, yes. Thank you.
Last one, Solmar Restaurant, on August 12th, about 6 p.m. An officer was dispatched to Solmar, which is located at 132 Main Street in Indian Orchard. The officer spoke to the owner on scene, who stated they have been having a problem with a patron who refuses to wear a mask in accordance with the current COVID-19 regulations. The owner added that the male had been asked to leave the establishment a week ago after he refused to wear a mask, and the male responded by screaming and swearing in front of other patrons. The owner stated that the male returned on this day, August 12th, and stated he would not wear a mask and no one can tell him what to do. The staff again advised the male he must wear a mask or leave. The male responded by swearing and causing a scene in front of the other patrons. As the male left, he made threatening statements toward the owner and staff. The owner advised the officer he wanted the male trespassed from the property, and the officer completed a trespass form and forwarded it to the Records Bureau. Springfield Police Department requests these reports be submitted to you for your review and whatever action you deem necessary.
So, I would make, it sounds like the licensee did exactly what they were supposed to do. I make a motion to take no action. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa,
Yes.
Commissioner Signator. Threw it out of sequence there, yes, and Commissioner Sene.
Yes.
Okay,
Next time, you're gonna be fined for that.
yeah, sorry. And we have payment district violations for our reading pleasure. And is that it? Okay, anybody have anything?
Nope.
I'm gonna quit meeting.
Okay, and make a motion to adjourn. Oh, I gotta call roll again. I lost my sheets. I make a motion to adjourn. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa,
Yes.
Commissioner Sene,
Yes.
Commissioner Signature, yes. Thank you. See you September 9th.